Hello everyone, so welcome to today's video. We are in my bathroom yet again for another tutorial. We're getting ready together and I've got some makeup set out here that I want to talk about. We've got some things to talk about. We have some catching up to do because it's been a while since I've been on here and I just kind of want to fill you guys in. So this is going to be a very laid back, very relaxed sort of get ready with me. I'm going to kind of do with you my routine that I've been doing for makeup these last couple of days. If we do go out somewhere, I haven't been out of the house very much lately, and we'll get to it. We'll talk. I've got some new things, new brushes, new makeup, a Sephora kit that I hope is still in stock because I want to talk about it and share with you guys because I think it's great. What you get inside the kit for 45 bucks, I think it's a pretty good deal. So we're going to get started. As you can see, I have nothing on my face, so we're going to do everything from start to finish. So I hope you will tune in for the rest of the video and enjoy it, and let's get started. Alright, so real quick before we get into the video, I am working on lighting. I bought a ring light to go around my lens, so hopefully it works because I do my makeup most of the time in my bathroom, and bathroom lighting isn't really the best. It's kind of yellow and it doesn't really look good when I go to edit, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this works because I don't have a beauty studio anymore. My old studio has become my son's room and his old room is now my daughter's nursery. My daughter's 2 months old, so we only have 3 bedrooms in this house and it's really hard for me to find a place to film where it's actually a little quiet. She's on my bed sleeping right now, and so hopefully we can get through this entire video before she wakes because it's almost feeding time. So I have been starting my routine with a setting spray. Now I'm just digging out of my little makeup bag that I have all of my stuff in, and I've been using the Too Faced The Hangover 3-in-1 priming spray. It's supposed to also set the makeup. It's silicone-free, alcohol-free, and oil-free. So I give it a good shake and I just kind of spritz all over. I have the travel size, which is the 1 ounce size, and I ordered this off of the Sephora website. I feel like I got too much on this eye. Great. Not enough on this side. Whew. Got it on my lips too. I got it off of the Sephora website. You can get it at Ulta as well if you shop there. So today I want to try something new with you guys. It's the Tarte Foundcealer. I got a little sample size of it in my latest Sephora Play Box for the month of June, and they sent it to me in the shade 22B, so 22B light beige. I'm not quite sure if this is going to match, but I do want to try it. I'm not quite sure what the multitasking thing is, if it's like foundation and concealer. I'm not sure about what the coverage is either, so I do know that it has an SPF of 20, which is great. So I'm going to pump some of this on the back of my hand, and I did 3 small pumps, and it's pretty thick, the consistency. Whoa, I don't know if I'm gonna. It smells funny. Not digging the scent of that, but I'm gonna use my beauty sponge. So the rounded side of it, I'm gonna take some and just start kind of bouncing this around. I don't know if the coverage is gonna be full or medium coverage, so I'm gonna kind of blend this in. Think about this. I'm not quite sure. I think the color works. Yeah, I would say this is more of like a medium coverage. I'm going to take whatever's left on my sponge and go through the brow bone just to kind of even things out. I do need some concealer. It's not getting a whole ton of rest. I'm still waking up about every 2 to 3 hours with my daughter throughout the night for feedings, so that's to be expected. She still is such a small baby. She's only 2 months old, so that's the life of having a newborn. Not sleeping a whole lot. And speaking of newborn, let's go in with some concealer and I'll talk while I do that. I'm going to use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I forgot how good this is. I went for something for dark circles when I went to Ulta with my sister. I was like, I need something for dark circles. Don't want to spend a lot because I don't wear makeup a lot these days anymore. I just needed something with a treatment in it. So this has some goji berry and an ingredient that I can't even pronounce. So I'm going to use this. I have it in the shade Fair. And I just kind of like dot it with the sponge tip, and then I go in with my beauty sponge and blend it out. So with my daughter, I've talked about this on Snapchat, how I've had some issues with breastfeeding. It has been pretty difficult. It started around her 6-week mark where she started like fussing and crying right before every single feeding. She wouldn't latch, and when she did, she'd let go after a few minutes. And she was kicking and pushing me away, shaking her head back and forth, screaming bloody murder at the top of her lungs every single feeding except during the night, which was the most bizarre thing. She feeds normally during the night, and during the day she's just really fussy. So I thought, okay, let me try different things. I went online. I tried so many different things. So anyways, I got frustrated because I felt like nothing I was doing was working, and I didn't know what was wrong. And I thought, okay, if I'm trying so many different things, I am pumping before feeding so that it's not a lot of like engorgement happening. I am doing skin to skin with her. I'm sitting with her. I'm having her lay on my belly while she feeds. I'm rocking. I'm walking as she feeds. I'm swaying, dancing, and bopping around, trying to just get her to get through a feed without screaming. And nothing was working. So I thought maybe something was wrong. So I took her to the doctors. Her pediatrician checked to make sure it wasn't an infection or earache or anything with her ears. Her ears are fine. Nothing in her mouth, which I thought, okay, maybe she's got something going on in her mouth, that it hurts and maybe that's why she's not latching. And turns out that it's just a latching problem, and I started having to figure out on my own what the problem was, and I think I figured it out. So I figured out that the pacifier was what was giving her the nipple confusion, because I had given her the pacifier when she was really young. I think she was within her first month, and I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think it was going to be a problem, but I guess every baby's different, because I didn't have issues like that with my son when he had the pacifier. And I posted on Instagram a picture of her, and I literally put on there that I bought every single pacifier sold in stores to find one that worked. And I finally found one, and she took to it just fine. I'm setting it with my setting powder for today is the translucent setting powder at number 7. So I bought every single pacifier, and I finally found one that was made for newborns to 0 to 2 months, and she took to it just fine, and she loved it. So I was like, great, you know, we're doing great with feedings. We've got a pacifier. We're good to go. Well, then the 6-week mark came around, and that was no longer working. And so I figured something had to be the reason for her to not want to latch. So I think it was a pacifier too soon. After all of that trial and error with the pacifiers, and finally paying just a couple bucks for one of the cheapest ones that I could find, and she ended up liking it over others that were more expensive, and then we have issues. So it's been hard because she's crying, and I don't know if maybe she's possibly colic, but it seems to be getting better. And I keep trying, and I didn't want to give up, and I kept pushing. If you have any tips, please let me know. Like I said, I talked about it on Snapchat. I had someone reach out and said, you know, try baby wearing. So I'm going to see if I can figure out all of these buckles and straps for my carrier, because that thing is like, I got to rig it up. So I need to figure that out. Okay, so part of that Sephora kit that I talked about was like a bunch of little minis. So I got like little mini highlighters. This is the Marc Jacobs Do You drops. I have a cream shadow from Tarte, a color chameleon from Charlotte Tilbury. I have another Charlotte Tilbury eye product that we're going to use today. A Fenty Beauty bronzer. This is in the shade Shady Biz, and I have not used it. Oops, and the little plastic came off. But look how cute the packaging is. Like, I just like the packaging of this brand, and who doesn't love Rihanna? So this is a really nice one. It's a matte one. And so I'm going to use that with a new brush. This is the Real Techniques Rebel Edge Broad. Does this not look weird? Came in a set of 3, so you have one for bronzer. Then you have one that's made for like blush, and I think it's just blush. And then this third one is the Rebel Edge Fine. So I think this is for eyeshadow. This little itty bitty thing. I guess I could see, you know, smudging some eyeshadow or eyeliner. So we're going to use the big one. And I'm going to go in with this bronzer. So I'm going to kind of take a little bit of that. And seems like this brush picks up a little bit of product. It's a very light kind of dusting. And I like it because you can kind of go in the hollows of the cheeks and help with like contouring. If, like for me, I just kind of slap this on. I'm not really trying too hard. Just because I try to get this done really quickly. Like I said, she's sleeping, and I need to get through this quickly. I'm going to take a little bit of this through my forehead, and I like that it's matte. I can appreciate that because everything in the kit is shimmery, highlighters, kind of glowy, dewy products. And so I was like, please be a matte bronzer, because that's what I like. Okay, I'm going to do my brows probably off camera because that's nothing new. I have been using the Milk Makeup, the Kush Fiber Brow Gel. This is incredible. I use the CoverGirl pencil. I put everything down below. I also have a video on my go-to routine for brows, so I'll link that up here if you're interested in watching that. but it's nothing different, nothing special. I'm going to use this today. Alright, so brows are done. I'm going to add a little bit of primer to my lids just because I always do this. My lids are oily and I don't want to take a chance of my eyeshadows creasing, whether it's powder or cream. Today we're using cream, so I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty, the Pro Filt'r one, and this has been really great. It works just as good as the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, just as good as the Urban Decay Primer Potion. If you have any of those are all really good ones. And I use the very edge of my sponge. This is an Eco Tool sponge, by the way, to blend that in just quickly. So I finally decided last night to start watching some of my episodes of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills that have been on my DVR, okay? So let me just tell you, I feel like this whole season of the Beverly Hills Housewives has been centered around the scandal between Dorit and Lisa Vanderpump with the dog. And the whole issue with the dog biting her kids, and I get it. You know, if the dog bites the kids, of course, as a parent, you want to say, you know what? Something isn't right here. We got to either fix it, or maybe I would hate to have to give away the dog if it were me. And I understand why, but the way she did it was kind of sketch, giving it to somebody and then it ends up in a shelter somewhere. That's not cool. Okay, so everything drama-wise has been centered around the dog. And I get it. I'm a huge dog lover. There's no way in hell I'd give any of my dogs or my pets away over my dead body. But to make a whole season about it, at least up until, I don't know, maybe the Halloween party, I feel like that episode was more drama about Lisa Rinna and Kim Richards. I think her name is Kim. Yeah, Kim Richards. And that was a little bit more drama there. And then it's just been crazy. It's been a lot of drama, but mostly about the dang dog, okay? Let's talk about eyeshadow real quick, and then we'll keep talking. So I had the Eyes to Mesmerize by Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Marie Antoinette. They had these at my local Sephora, and I was surprised because I'd never seen like a full spread of all of these colors or these cream shadows. So it is beautiful, and I've only used it a few times, and I take the tiniest little bit, and that's the color. I don't know if my camera's going to focus. It's such a pretty color. When you look at it, you think, oh man, that's going to be a little bit like a brightish looking gold. I don't know, it kind of comes across like that, but I tell you what, it is beautiful. And I take just a tiny little bit and I take it on the back of my hand, and as you can see, it's going to be more of like a bronze shade. The Instapop brushes that are kind of slanted like that, there's two that come in a set, which there are incredible brushes. You see how they have the slant to them? So I'm going to use a smaller one. I tell you what, these ladies are crazy. They have so much drama. It's like, how do you even keep up? Do you see that color? It's so pretty. Anyway, so the episode that I was watching last night, I was catching up, and they're in France, right? And I didn't get to finish it all, but they had drama because Lisa Rinna at the Halloween party decided to be Erika Jayne, who is the, I guess, alter ego to Erika Girardi, and she's a performer, and she kills it, and she does her thing, and all the power to her for doing that. And she decided to kind of say like a snarky little comment to Kim Richards about something else that was more drama from a previous season. Lisa Rinna had given Kim Richards a stuffed bunny for, I think, her grandson, and Kim gave it back during the reunion. It's a mess. It's like, okay, seriously? It was a gift for the baby. But anyway, she felt like it wasn't genuine, so she gave it back to Lisa. And so she made a comment at the Halloween party, and of course it turns into a whole thing. And then they're in France, and Kyle Richards, thinks that Erika Jayne should have been embarrassed by someone pretending to be her, or to be that person and then go and do crazy things and say, oh, I'm Erika Jayne for the day, so it's not really Lisa Rinna that should be held responsible. And I just feel like I don't get the whole point of that, because it's not like Erika Jayne or Girardi cared anyways, but it was just so much drama, and it's like, it looks like it's getting good where Erika finally just blows up at the ladies. I think they were at the table for breakfast or something. And I swear, these women are much, much older than me, and they have so much drama. It's ridiculous. It's like, seriously, I get that it's a show. And obviously the drama keeps people like myself watching. But it's like, oh my goodness. All right, so I'm going to take a little bit of eyeshadow from this palette. This is the Man Eater palette from Tarte. It's just a skin tone color one that's more matte and a fluffy brush. And I'm going to go around the edges and go up to the brow bone just to make sure that I didn't go up too high. And that literally is it. Now, I'm going to use this palette for my eyeliner because I've been doing the black eyeshadow for liner these days because literally I can do it really quickly. And I'm trying to find my brush. Here we go. I have an angled brush. And what I'm going to do is try to use this little guy here to smudge this out and see if it works. So I'm going to take an angled liner brush and dip it into a dark matte black. And I'm going to stamp this really close to the root of my lashes, like so. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's smudgy, messy, but it makes the lash line look nice and smoky, which I like because I don't have time for a liquid liner. It takes me forever to do that. It takes me like 45 minutes to do like one eye. Let's go on with this little fine brush here and see if it works for smudging this out. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yes. Okay. I feel like it smudged it out without taking too much off. Do you see that? It's so pretty. I've been really digging the CoverGirl Exhibitionist. This is my second tube. Need to go get another one because I think it's almost at the 3-month mark. So I'm going to do this, and then we're going to do blush. We're going to do highlight, which a new highlight I'm so excited about, and then lips. All right, so for some blush, I'm going to use the NARS Orgasm. I got this with a Sephora order back in May, and this was with 100 points. So that's, I think, a really generous size for 100 points. And this will last me a very long time. It's a really pretty kind of peachy pink with some golden kind of shimmer in it. So I'm going to use the other brush that came in that set. This one has a smaller bristles, definitely smaller, which is perfect for blush. And it's such a pretty color, and this is a cult favorite. Like seriously, everybody loves this blush, and it's really nice. And for the longest time, I didn't use shimmer blushes because I thought it would make me look a little bit too oily, but been kind of dry, especially during my pregnancy. My skin was quite dry, so I was able to get away with a lot of shimmer on my face. All right, so for highlight, I have the Shimmering Skin Perfector from Becca in Vanilla Quartz. This came in that $45 kit that I was talking about in the beginning of the video, and this is beautiful. It looks really white, but it's kind of like a golden undertone, like a peachy kind of goldeny undertone. It's really nice. And I'm going to use an EcoTools highlight fan brush. And I'm going to just hit the tops of my cheekbone. Do you see that? Instantly, you got some cheekbones. I love this color, and it's so pretty. Oh, I did mascara on my lower lashes too off camera. I'm going to take some of this on my temples. And I use the Urban Decay Perversion mascara for the lower lash line. I'll have everything listed down below for you if you're interested in anything that I'm using. So I wanted to, quickly say thank you to you guys for tuning into the video, for hanging in there while I was gone for some time and not being able to do videos, not being active on Instagram or Snapchat. My life has been a little bit crazy and chaotic, and I think those of you who have kids can understand that. So I appreciate you so much for being here and watching this video and tuning in and still just being a supporter of mine, because I know that, videos need to be put out there to keep the channel interesting for people, and it's just really hard, and it's been very difficult for me to get anything done, and the last several weeks have been incredibly crazy for me. Just mentally, it's been exhausting and draining trying to figure out how to balance everything now with 2 kids and then having a baby that's fussing and nothing that I'm doing is consoling her. It's a lot. It takes a toll on you physically and mentally, but we're getting there. We're figuring it out, and we're turning a corner for the positive, and I just want to thank you for just tuning in and actually watching the video, and for the support that you've given me. So it means a whole lot to me, and I don't want you guys to think that I've forgotten about you guys or take it for granted, because I truly do not. It means so much, and I hold this channel and you guys who watch very near and dear to my heart. So I wanted to say that before I ended the video, but we do need to do lips. So I think I'm just going to do, what do I have? I have everything just kind of stored in this makeup bag, which is awesome. I got it on Amazon. Really great bag. Alright, so it's the Sephora, the Gel Gloss, the Ultra Shine Lip Gel in the shade The Perfect Nude. I've talked about these. I've gone through one of these already entirely, and I also gave one to my sister as part of her Christmas gift. I bought a bunch of little things that I loved and made a little set for her, and she likes it as well. It's such a good formula. It feels so comfortable, and it truly is the perfect nude, and I absolutely love it, and I'm so thrilled that it came in that little kit. It has a really nice applicator, which looks, hopefully, you can see that. The camera will focus. It's got like a paddle shape, more of like an hourglass look to it. And all I had to do is just throw this on, and I'm done. Like, seriously, let me get a mirror so I don't get this all over the place. The easiest thing. And it's super glossy, and it just makes your lips look fuller and just smooth. It feels so comfortable. It's not sticky, and it has the right amount of color. So I absolutely love this gloss, and you guys have to try it. That completes the look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for tuning in. I know it's a little bit of a longer video, but we've got some things to update you guys on, and we were just kind of chatting and talking about new makeup. I will put everything that I use down below. I will see if I can find this kit on the Sephora website. Fingers crossed it's still available, because I think it's really great if you love shimmery, dewy products and you want to try a bunch of different products for highlighting and get it all in an affordable kit. Really great sizes that I feel like, for me personally, I'm okay with this little size of this highlighter, because the full size I'll never get through that. I'll never finish it with the amount of makeup that I own. There's just no way. But this is a little bit easier, and I feel like it's something that I can work my way through and really enjoy it. So I really like the sizes in the kit, and I think that the Sephora Favorites sets in general are really great, and they're some of my favorites, and I get them just randomly throughout the year. Whenever I see one that I like, I always pick it up, and I get to try new things, and it's just a really great way and also affordable to try different brands. So I'll find it, hopefully, and link it for you down below. It's not an affiliate link, by the way. It's just there for convenience, so you can easily find it. Thank you so much for tuning in for this video, for watching and staying to the end, and thank you for hanging in there and for the support you've given me. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and join my YouTube family. It would mean the world to me if you can subscribe, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family. Have a great day, you guys, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.